It's a survival horror game where you have to manage your own body heat in a frozen and flooding environment. You have to light things on fire, stay warm, and get out in order to survive.
The basic premise is that you're stuck on this ship that has crashed into this icy area of this iceberg, basically, and this ice island. And so it's really cold, and you're trying to survive. That's the basic idea. But there is a second element to the game where you pick up these narrative pieces. There's leftover scraps of paper, diary pages, memos, notes, that kind of thing, that kind of clue you into what happened in the game. Added to that is the whole concept of the ice monster, which is this unknown entity that seems to be warping the ice and the environment to try to kill you.
We initially had the concept pitched by Sam Armstrong, and his pitch was really just the foundation, and then from there we decided to go back and revisit that foundation, make some tweaks, talk about feasibility, and then from there rebuild it with all of the input from the collective, from the group.
A lot of what our development process was really just iterative design, remaking, remodeling, moving things until they felt right.
Over time, the game has evolved from being extremely linear. We had an experience that was from our initial level design that was pretty much A to B. That was our experience. You go from one point to the end, and that's that. Through the course of the game, we have expanded that dramatically into not a non-linear experience, no, but a certainly more open experience. You still go, there's still a start and there's still an end at every level, but there's a reason to explore, there's a reason to go out, there's a reason to look at the environment.
When we were trying to determine the flow of the game aesthetically, we wanted to introduce a variety of different surface types. So at the very start of the game, it's very industrial, a lot of metal. And then as you progress, we wanted to have this idea of like this changing environment kind of occur. So as you move up the levels of this ship, you're introduced to starkly different kinds of materials and therefore different kinds of moods.
You have to translate a concept from in your head to an entirely different medium and then try to communicate that idea to another person. And what your idea is and how it gets transferred across doesn't always make it. Oftentimes it never makes it. So, frankly, if you can't stop, look at that, get some outside assessment, realize that what you're trying to do isn't working, and change it, then you're not going to ever be making good games.
So with about a month left of production on the game, we had a number of students come in and we did some play tests. And this was the first time we had people who've never seen the game before sit down, try the game, and they were testing it for bugs. And honestly, I had all of these images in my head of how this would go and what their response would be, and I was preparing myself for the worst. But in large, the response was very positive.
I thought the playtest went really well. There were a couple people that did clearly never played video games before, and that was hilarious to watch them do that. But for the most part, it was good. It didn't seem like anybody was not enjoying themselves, and that was the most important thing to me, was that everyone, like, there were definitely issues, there were bugs and stuff that we had to get fixed and still have to do fixes on. But for the most part, it seemed like everybody enjoyed themselves, and that's what I cared about the most.
I think one of the most successful things that we were able to accomplish was this sense of mood. Even if we worked on the game for a year and we're just starting to get it, I think that's a huge accomplishment, that we're able to create a mood and incite some sort of emotional reaction from the player. And even if we're just hitting the tip of the iceberg, I think even that is an accomplishment in and of itself. So I'm very proud of that.